Are you law enforcement?
You're law enforcement. You work in a case.
What investigation are y'all doing?
I can't really disclose that information because we're on duty.
You're under arrest for driving while suspended and impersonating a police officer.
Sovereign citizen body cam videos are very interesting. Police impersonator videos are also very interesting and a lot to learn. If you combine the two into one video, it is definitely going to be a very interesting ride. This is one of those.
Final stop, Victory South.
10-4.
28 says Tribal Marshal, Rhode Island, Tribal Police. Something Nation.
Okay, I want to talk about when you stop a vehicle and projecting the stop. It looks like this plate seems like some type of plate that the officer is not familiar with, and that happens at times. Calling out the stop after you stop the vehicle is not the normal practice for most departments, and the best practice is always to project the stop, so by the time the vehicle is stopped, you're already ready to get out of the vehicle. In case something happens the second that you stop, you're not having to try to broadcast your location, vehicle description, and everything else. So once you know you're going to stop the vehicle, if you can't read the plate, you can say, I'll be on a light blue Mercedes-Benz, approximately a 2025. I'll be at mile marker, whatever, northbound. And this way, when you get out of the vehicle and you get closer and you can see the plate, you're out of the vehicle. And if you have to take care of business in one way or another, dispatch already has that information. And I know that there is GPS, but it's also good to make sure you broadcast it on the radio.
Hey sir, how you doing?
That's good.
My name's Brown with the Sheriff's Office. The reason why I'm stopping is your tag is not... What state is that? Rhode Island? Okay. Okay, and you also have a white headlight out as well, okay? Yes, sir. If it's your right side, it should blink pretty fastly. Does it malfunction sometimes? Yeah. Okay, well, is it your vehicle?
Yeah.
Okay, that's the reason to stop, bro. You guys driving license on? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Hey, you got a driver's license.
Well, passport and different.
Okay, you take it off, Punty? What state is this?
This the whole thing.
You're Indians?
Yeah.
So, okay, is this your government name? And your date of birth? And the same thing with you?
Okay, a lot of stuff has happened here. And the poster of this from this channel, Bama Mike, is very diligent, appears to get all the information as far as what these documents that are being presented. These diplomatic passport documents from both parties are very strange looking to me. It leads me to believe that this is the type of a very sovereign type thing. But let's talk about some of the tactics. We have the head-worn camera. We talked about those before. And you can see the exact positioning of the officer. This officer is utilizing the B-pillar very well. It's kind of good because you get to see what the officer is doing and what it takes for a person to see the officer. Now, the passenger had a gold badge that looked like a law enforcement badge, and he also had a firearm. Interestingly, it looked like the firearm was in a cross-draw position, which is not very common for modern-day law enforcement officers. Also, the head-worn cameras, the challenge, I mentioned them before because I haven't done a lot of videos with them, is that they're herky-jerky, but you get to see the officer's perspective. They're smaller, so a lot of times the battery capacity is a bit less, and if an officer gets into a struggle, hat gets knocked off, foot pursued over the fence, hat drops off, camera is likely not going to be effective. But there are some other pros to it because you get to see exactly what the officer sees, so some departments like to use them. So these documents that I am seeing, so there are some challenges with the documents because they say diplomatic passport, Cherokee Nation. To see the fonts are off, so usually official documents, the fonts are going to match. You have two documents, the fonts are different. One, it says autograph in one font, and then there's a signature, and then another one it says autograph, and there's no signature. And these look like documents that you could print up a Kinko's. They don't look like official documents. But again, it definitely would require an investigation. It has a CCW, which would be for concealed weapons permit. And if you're an officer, I don't know why a person would need a CCW permit, but some officers do have CCWs, and I understand why some may do that, but that's just not something that would be on a diplomatic document. I've shown this before. When I was on embassy duty, I had a diplomatic passport, and diplomatic passports are like really an official looking document. It doesn't look like different fonts and stuff like that. It's just very, very peculiar when you see this kind of stuff, and the guy is still armed. So the officer is to stop, and he's choosing to allow him to stay armed, maybe because he does believe that they might likely be law enforcement. I have serious doubts.
So it's not under any states? Yeah, the whole country? Okay. So are you law enforcement?
They're law enforcement. They're not
Marshals? Okay. Marshals for what?
tribal mode. We're Indian tribal.
Okay.
Training firearm, clear training plastic tips, nothing in it. No magazine inside. This is a training firearm. When I said cross draw means the firearm is carried on the opposite side and you have to reach across your body to draw it. So it's just a very peculiar because most officers don't normally carry their firearm in a cross draw position, even plain clothes. Some do, very small amount do, but it's just something that would raise concerns.
Which are considered police officers, right? Just give me 1 sec, Brian.
You can see when he turned a couple times, it looked like he turned around to look at the vehicle. I don't know if he turned all the way, but it's very important. Make that quick turn to check on the occupants of the vehicle, especially since you have someone who you know is armed.
Hey, so what is this? Pretend. Sorry?
That's it.
Yeah, from Brian Kemp. What is it saying, this? Yeah, as a nation. Okay. What's your middle name? You don't have a middle name? So your middle name is not Alexian? You never had a driver's license in Patterson, PA? Never had one? I can't hear you.
That's my diplomat about it.
Yeah, but do you have a driver's license that's within the states, any 50 states, 51 states, that say that you are permitted to drive or operate a motor vehicle on any public highways? Okay.
Nation.
What is your nation?
We're Chalagi, Cherokee, and we're registered in every state.
Okay.
So we're tribal marshal.
Okay. Which is what?
Tribal marshal.
Okay.
It's just like you're tribal.
Which is what? Law enforcement? Okay, which classifies y'all as what? Peace officers?
Yes, we're
Okay, and what official duties are y'all doing now?
we work on a case.
What kind of case?
We work on a case, so we can, I can ask you what your work says you're working on, and you can't answer what they do. We work in cases.
Cool, but this doesn't say anything.
This says papers are submit to your governor,
Okay,
or it's in a stop.
but the governor has not signed it.
Okay, it's submitted to.
It's submitted to him, but it's not been signed as in it's official or it's the law. Does that make sense?
A couple things I'd like to talk about. The letter that he is showing the officer, it appears to be a letter that he sent to the governor of the state to get a status for his nation. Doesn't appear that there was any response to this letter. But I also want you to take a look. The backup officer has arrived, and you may have seen that earlier in the frame, but there's a lot of edits and cuts in these, so it's difficult to see the continuity. But if you look behind the driver here, you can see that the backup officer is there. And what it appears is that in the time that the officer went back to his vehicle and he was running the subject, he found a name of a person that kind of matches this guy, and that's why he's asking about the middle name, because you need other identifiers to 100% identify a person. But this guy keeps referring back to this letter that he sent to the governor, which means absolutely nothing under the circumstances of this car stop. It really appears to be a diversionary tactic more than anything else, and the officer doesn't seem like he's falling for it. And the officer said 51 states. I'm not quite sure why he said that, but I'm pretty sure it's still with 50. I don't know if he was mentioning something else that was aligned to what he thinks might be this sovereign type nation.
I'm here with Officer L. Brown. He has a couple questions.
Now, I'll have no question for him. Like, I just need y'all to identify yourself because both of y'all have. This is not a driver's license, or this is a form of identification, but it's not a driver's license. You're operating a vehicle within the states of Georgia, right? You need a actual driver's license which permits you in any state to drive or operate this vehicle, okay?
Okay, so it looks like the guy made a phone call to someone, and if you look at his phone on speaker, it says Lawful Tribal Attorney General. You can put whatever name you want on the phone, and you can say, hey, if I call and you're on speakerphone, you're the Tribal Attorney General, and you can make them your Tribal Attorney General. It doesn't mean anything when it comes to a lawful traffic stop.
Can you speak? Can you speak? Go ahead.
Hey, sir, I'm gonna need you to come back in my car, okay? I need you to exit the vehicle and come back in my car. I need you to stay within your time of vehicle. Driver, I need you to exit the vehicle.
Everybody, that was like, everybody, like,
Driver, exit the vehicle, please.
I'm sorry, you want me to take a story?
I'm not doing any of this right now until my investigation is complete. Driver, exit the vehicle.
You see the contact cover model. The primary officer, he's doing all the talking. Cover officer is just staying back at this point. And I like that the officer is not buying into this, getting on the speakerphone with some person who absolutely has nothing to do with this car stop.
Who's on? So what is going on here, sir? What is you don't have a driver's license, right? It said that your driver's license in PA is suspended.
I never had a license.
Yes, you do.
I have my license for relation. That's all I.
Okay.
We'll stop right here. Best practice under these circumstances, asking a person to come back to the vehicle, especially if you're the cover. Don't get within striking distance of the person because you don't know how they're going to react or respond. And on the street side, with all of the traffic coming, it creates another challenge if you get into some kind of confrontation. Best practice, go on the passenger side with the other officer potentially, and then call the driver back. Watch them and make sure their hands stay out to the side. Have them walk and put their knees on the buddy bumper right in front of the car. And there's no need to close distance until you decide to pat them down.
What peace officer are you?
What do you mean?
Like, you're a law enforcement officer?
They're a tribal marshal.
Tribal marshals, which is what?
They're marshals for our nation, for the Cherokee Nation, Salagi, or marshals for any nation that call upon us. We like the U.S. marshals here called upon the United States. That's what we do.
To do what?
Whether it's pick up a fugitive or take an arrest.
So are y'all bail bondsmen?
Yeah. Which tribal marshal?
Tribal marshal. Which is law enforcement.
This is the other person. Okay.
And this, what's your name?
Yeah.
Where y'all coming from? Rhode Island. Where's your destination?
Down here in Georgia.
Down in Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. What, you passed Atlanta already? You passed Atlanta already?
Yeah, I know. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh, like,
You know about GPS, yeah.
okay. What's the exact location? Do you know the city?
It's in the GPS.
You know the city?
I think it's downtown Atlanta.
Downtown Atlanta?
So passengers armed. When there's one, there's two, three. We said this before. This guy likely armed. If we're conducting this investigation, we still haven't fully identified him. Would it be best practice to pat him down, secure the firearm that this person likely has on them, and then go on our investigation from there, especially if we have this degree of suspicion with the person? And again, stepping back, have them have their knees up against the buddy bumper, and we're operating from the right front quarter panel of our vehicle.
Have you ever been arrested before? Never been arrested?
Ex-military. Ex-military, never been arrested.
Never been arrested. So if you're ex-military, you're required to have a driver's license.
There's everything that I gave you. That's this thing.
Don't read to your class. Don't read to your class. So you could just explain it.
Okay, what's another ID? The status of everything.
Marshal status. What marshal status?
Yeah, top and misses.
Okay. So what branch were you in? Armed. And in the United States Army, when you reach the age of 18 or 16, you're required to have a driver's license. You've never had, so have you ever been in the military and you've had a driver's license before?
So,
No.
the license?
So hold on. You've been in the military with this life. That's not true. Buddy? Not true, man.
Not if I was coming from Rhode Island.
You would have whatever state you came from driver's license, you'd be, the only exception you would have is you'd be excused to obtaining that state's driver's license because you move around so much. You're exempt from the 30-day rule of updating your address information. That's it. Okay? So you've operated, I'm pretty sure you've operated a motor vehicle before going to and from PT, right? Going to and from PT, which means that you had some sort of kid identification.
So officer's on the right track here with this question because this guy's saying that he was in the Army, but he never had a driver license. So the officer apparently found something in the system that is likely this person, and I believe that the license privilege is suspended, and the guy just doesn't want to say that it's him. The officer's doing a really good job on his line of questioning because the guy's story really doesn't make sense, and it appears the officer was in the military as well, so he knows some of the things about what a military person is supposed to have and not supposed to have.
Well, I'm gonna need some sort of documents stating, because what he's presenting is that he submitted something to the governor. Here's what we are. He submitted something to the governor, right? So that the governor can accept y'all as a nation, or if a tribe, as for y'all to do your own thing. The governor has not signed out paperwork putting that in effect.
Yeah, that's a picture that he has in the phone. Have you checked it? It's been submitted since 2015.
But has it been signed?
And straight ahead.
No, it has not.
I didn't know it had been other signed the man's paperwork for him.
No, it has not been signed. You never had a middle name? What's your
Middle name.
What's your social?
It's saying that's right on there, bro.
Remember social? There's no social on driver's license.
This is the CC government period and the Australian procedures.
What state is this permit for? What state is this permit out of?
Want to get out. And everything they have for this is going out.
So you have a concealed carry permit in Rhode Island. You have a concealed carry permit in Rhode Island. Hey, do you know 2318 Collins Road?
18 Collins Road.
2318 Collins Road. You don't know that? You have a middle name of Alexin? Have you ever had a middle name?
Never had.
Never had a middle name? Huh?
I'm a junior. Never had a middle name.
You're a junior? So why didn't it say that on your ID? Oh, sorry, I got it. I got it. Go. Try to understand, what investigation are y'all doing?
I can't really disclose that information because
You're on what?
we're on duty.
Okay. On in official capacity as law enforcement officers. Okay.
Throughout the nation.
Okay.
So from what I'm getting from this story is they have created this nation, this tribe, and they're submitting documentation to the governor of the state of Georgia requesting that they be acknowledged. In the interim, they have created badges and a law enforcement agency and deemed themselves to be marshal to perform law enforcement tasks. That's what I'm getting from the story. Again, video is edited. They create IDs that say that they have concealed weapons privileges and they have arrest authority as law enforcement officers, and they're working some super secret case, and they're expecting the police to think that that makes sense. It doesn't make sense.
Is this vehicle registered in any state?
In Rhode Island.
In Rhode Island. So why does it not have a Rhode Island tag? A Rhode Island license plate?
It is.
Did that come from the Department of Driver Services?
From Rhode Island, but yes. Look, this is to the nation.
So let me explain a little bit about tribal police. In Las Vegas, the biggest one that we had was the Paiutes. In fact, a friend of mine was the chief of that department for a while. Interesting fact, a lot of people don't realize that you don't have to be a member of the tribe to be a member of that department. In fact, my friend who was the chief is not First Nation, he's not a native. He was selected and became the chief of police of that department. They handle business on tribal as officers. We from my department never responded. They handled all of their stuff. They did need to have a Nevada driver license to drive in the state of Nevada. Once the members of the tribe would leave the Paiute area and go out into the other parts of Las Vegas, they still had to follow the same exact rules as everyone else as defined by Nevada revised statute. So what this guy's saying, it doesn't make sense in anything that I've ever learned. If there is someone who knows it differently, the comment section is wide open. Please share.
Have y'all ever been stopped before? Okay, and how did that stop go?
They ask questions, bringing all the revolves, We got the governors of whatever state you're in on the phone. We wait another 30, 40 minutes for the cop to figure out get up there. Yeah, then they give us all a fish tuck we roll.
What nation is that?
Escalating.
Okay.
Escalating is the original name for Cherokee before it was Americanized and translated to CHER.
What kind of, is this like a patrol car? Is that what this is?
No, it's just gonna go pick it up.
You're gonna go pick up the patrol car. Okay, where's the patrol car?
No, it's in my GPS.
Is it getting fixed or something?
No, the attorney general.
The attorney general has what? The patrol car? Okay. Yeah. Hey, bud, so did you turn around for him, please? Turn around.
20.
Change my nut. A double pump. You're under arrest for driving while suspended and impersonating a police officer.
In custody. A lot of officers have dealt with other officers when they're conducting investigation that officers are armed. The normal practice is if you're dealing with a person who's armed and you have this degree of suspicion to disarm them as early as you possibly can during this interaction. It's this officer stop and that's the call that he made. And again, this is merely for me to say that in most situations that I have seen in my experience, the person gets disarmed a whole lot quicker.
Stand in front of my vehicle right there, phone case. Have a seat on my push book.
You grab your push.
Alright, bud. Step out. Step, face me. Face me. Keep your hands visible at all times. Step out. Keep your hands visible at all times. Leave the phone. Leave the phone alone. Step out. The instructions are to step out. Face me. Turn around. Put your hands on the floor. Put down about that. You're under arrest for impersonating a police officer.
You kept under arrest for impersonating a police officer.
You got anything on you?
No.
Yeah,
My magazine's in my pocket.
that's fine.
Stay right up on my coffin door.
Can I get my wallet?
Yes, sir, you can. My wallet's in the kit.
Need anything else from outside the vehicle?
No.
I mean, inside.
My wallet and my phone. Yeah.
Okay. I have a seat right here. Okay.
Well, let me catch that here real quick.
You want some evidence bags?
One important thing is that when you have this number of firearms that you're dealing with and you have the suspects, you want to secure the firearms or the suspects and hopefully both. But one thing I want to talk about is clearing firearms for new aspiring officers. It's incredibly important. Again, this is a training firearm. I mentioned that before. Is that if you look in this video, the officer clears a firearm. The firearm is pointed in the direction of oncoming traffic. Best practice, because it's happened before and it's not an accidental discharge, we call it a negligent discharge, is that we're manipulating a firearm that we're not familiar with because we don't know this other person's firearm and how they have it in the condition that it's in. And we want to make sure that it's pointed in a safe direction. If we have that berm just to the right of us where there's no people, no traffic, we would want to clear the firearm over there in the berm. And the officer did a good job clearing it. It's just that we want to look for the direction that is safest so that cars that are going by, if that thing goes off, that it doesn't negligently hit a vehicle that's coming by. Another thing I want to mention, when we have this number of firearms and they're on the trunk of a vehicle, we have suspects. We know that handcuffs have failed in the past. We want to secure the firearms as quickly as we can, and we want to secure secure the suspects inside of a vehicle as quickly as we can. We don't want them to meet each other again while we're on the stop.
Thank you.
What's interesting here is the officer's conducting a search, and there's a jacket, and it looks like there's a patch that I'm circling here that looks like it says police department, and that would be a very interesting piece of evidence.
But this is supposed to be on there.
Used to be. Yeah, used to be.
So here, I just want to mention that I've seen multiple occasions where I'm reviewing a video and I see the officer has the suspects leaning on the vehicle, facing them while they're conducting the search. I don't see any upside to that. Best practice is either place them inside the vehicle or turn them around and have them stand in front of the vehicle, facing in the opposite direction, looking towards the police lights. Best practice.
Come on back. Hey, I got room for one. Man.
And we're being arrested for what?
You are the passenger. You're being arrested for impersonating a police officer. Yes, sir. Whoa. You got it? You can't take that with you, okay?
I'm gonna go talk to Sergeant.
Duck your head a little bit. Try to get it without. Do it this way. That way my hand ain't in your face, you know what I'm saying? You got anything else on you? Put your hand out real quick. Yeah, there we go. Alright, come on, bud. You go to the second car, okay? Watch your head, okay? Got in there. Take your time, man.
You move the seat up?
Huh?
You move the seat up?
It can't move at all. Try it. Step out real quick and do this. Have a seat like that first. Yeah, try sitting down. Might need a bigger car. Watch your head, bro. Watch your head. Yeah, no. Come on. Watch your head. Come on. Yeah, you hang on to your bottle then. You're available for transport. Have a seat. Huh?
In your county?
In the whole entire state, in the country, nobody can validate that you are a police officer. And then the person that was on the phone, if I get stopped, if he gets stopped, we're able to identify ourselves. They can call the sheriff's office and verify that we are employed by the sheriff's office. There's no way to verify that y'all are who y'all say y'all are. Does that make sense? and you are operating, and you are operating, and I asked you several times, official police capacity, and you said yes, you're conducting investigation. The passenger said the same thing. He's conducting investigation along with you. All right.
I got that. Spitter. That's fine. I'm just gonna hold it while you get in there. 195 911. Show me en route with 1 to the jail for 059. Got it. All right. Now, before we go through this door, do you have any weapons, any on you, anything like that? Because once you go through the door, anything you have on you becomes a felony. Just checking.
Well, you guys checked me already.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just double checking. Didn't know if you might have something or not. Let's step up to the door.
I mean, like, I have no.
Okay. Do you have machine gun anywhere hidden on
I
you?
wish.
Nah, then you're good.
Check this. Check my pockets. Make sure my knives ain't on me.
It's a lighter. I think the rest were just cough drops or candy or something like that.
Pull that out.
That's a wallet.
There's a knife in there.
Yeah.
You get it?
It's
There's
back.
a knife in there.
I'm sorry?
There's a knife in there.
In this?
Yep. It'll be over. Right there.
Right there. All right. All right. You want to put that back in your pocket?
So the guy told him that he did have a knife. A lot of people don't recognize that, but that's a wallet knife. It looks just like a small wallet. When you fold it, you'll find razor type edged weapon inside of that. And so he told him about it, and it's good that he did, because they find that inside the facility, there would be an additional charge. But on the lookout for those types of things when you're conducting your searches, because a lot of people carry them.
Just step on in. You want to pop your trunk? I'm going to put this is his knife. Well, I'll put it with his property.
Okay, both of the individuals were arrested. From what I see here, I don't have any official documentation except for what the officer said for the impersonating a police officer, and I believe there was a traffic charge for the other subject as well. So he figured out who he was. I don't know what the outcome was, but you can look at the original video and see what the original poster put. I think his name is Bama Mike, and the video is pinned, as I do with all the videos. So something that I want to share before I close the video, I got something really, really cool to share that you probably saw during the video, and this is one of those, a person who was a former dispatcher, and they didn't say that I could say their name, so I'm not saying their name, but they are phenomenal to think about the channel in this way, and wrote me a really, really wonderful letter. And I'm just amazed at some of the wonderful things that people do. And so this is one of those, has found a home in that space. And I think that it's really wonderful that that phrase has taken off so much. In fact, I'm going to share in the Q&A that we're going to do pretty soon exactly where I got that phrase from and why I say that and how long I've been saying that, so that you guys can know. If you like this kind of content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the video that's on your screen for more content just like this.